Oh, stop it. I love you. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? This is the best Squier Stratocaster ever. And I know what you're thinking. Stop, you're wrong. It just is. Oh, it's so good! It's a Squier Classic Vibe, but it's the 40th anniversary version. Now, these are often about £400. You can pick them up in some epic sales now and then, because I think, because they're a couple of years old, quite a lot of retailers are like, these are old, let's get rid of them. Pick them up in a sale, because they've got a satin finish which feels absolutely incredible. Some of them come bound. Don't know if you can see over there, there's the Telecaster version. I bought the Telecaster version and I was like, this is so good, I'm going to have to buy a Strat version. And I thought, I've got to do it before I release a video. Not that we get that many views, but I thought I want to get it before they sell out, because someone else is going to realise how good these are. Anyway, satin finish, satin neck. This is one of the best necks I've ever played on a guitar. This isn't sponsored, I bought this. In fact, I bought it, and we have to buy and sell guitars to keep doing videos, and we've got to sell this. I really don't want to sell it, but there's a Fender Strat there. In fact, there's a Fender Strat there. That's a Fender Roadworn, about £1,200. This neck's better. The fret job is just better. The fret ends are dressed properly. The fretboard's a little bit rolled. Every Fender player, so a Fender player Strat or a Fender player Telecaster is about 630, 650, might even be 700 now. Inflation's gone absolutely mental, which is nearly double this. The necks are bad. In fact, where's my pink Telecaster? Oh, that's there. That's got a Fender player neck. It's got high frets. I was wondering, I couldn't work out why the frets were buzzing. Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but it just gives you an idea. What the E string kept buzzing all over the place, and I was like, what is going on? And I've made guitars, I've set up a lot of guitars. It's got high frets. At no point did I expect a Fender player neck to not have been fret leveled. These have. There's no buzzing. These work perfectly. It's got all the sexy stuff. It's got like this skunk stripe, which some people aren't bothered about, but I think this is a really nice detail. It just looks cool. Also, it has the walnut plug. Again, you might not care. It just looks good on a headstock. Looks really good. It's got the vintage style tuners. I don't think these are the best tuners, so they could probably be upgraded. But what I do like about them is they're the kind, like if anyone's a bass guitarist here, like me, they're the kind where you put the end of the string in the hole and wrap it round. I don't really like locking tuners. I get the appeal, and they're really handy live, so I kind of use them for that, but I've never really got on with them. But these, I kind of want to put these on everything. These are just so... I hope they're on that Fender. I'm going to have to check. Oh, yeah. Oh, £1,200 guitar, and I just whack it into the mixing desk. Yeah, they're on this one. These are the Fender ones. So you can... They don't even say Fender on them. How do you know that these are better than these? Maybe they're not. These do feel better on the Fender. Well, I'm going to say... I'm just going to put it out. I think you could probably buy the Fender version, which I should have done, and you could fit them on these. They'll fit. They just will. You know, I might do that. We're keeping the Telecaster. The drummer's bought it off me. The drummer in my band, who's my cousin. And those Fender ones don't feel like they've got a bit of play in, so it's probably worth getting a Fender set. And I know this is where the comments go, oh, if you're going to buy a Squier and spend all the money upgrading it, you may as well buy it. No, don't. Because if you buy a Fender player, you've got to have a fret job done. I don't know how much a fret... I mean, the plec is about 160, 200 pounds. This, if you pick it up for 400 and replace a set of tuners, what's that, 50 quid? I mean, it's going to be better than a Fender player anyway. I have done a couple of changes to this. Now, this range of guitars, the Squier 40th anniversary, they come with an aluminium pickguard. I don't trust metal pickguards. I have a feeling, and I've had comments actually, although my comments are absolutely ridiculous, so, I mean, ignore most of them. I have a feeling it affects tone. For example, we've done a lot of tone tests. Anyone that's seen those, I'll put some links in the description where we test different things with pickups to work out why some pickups sound better than other pickups. Brass, anywhere near a pickup, makes it sound terrible. So we try and remove it. This is the pickguard that came on this. Let me get it. This is the aluminium pickguard that came on the guitar. I'm not quite sure how aluminium affects tone, but I have a feeling it may get rid of some of the high end. And I know for a fact brass will. So on that pink telly, we're going to swap out a plastic pickguard, aluminium pickguard. Here's my brass pickguard. Brass pickguards are like 100 quid. I'm not paying that, so I bought a sheet of brass, got to turn that into a pickguard. That's the lengths we go to on this channel. So that's why it doesn't have the brass pickguard on it. It's also HSS because, let's be honest, Strat bridge pickups, they do sound a bit terrible. So this is actually a set of Tonerider pickups, the HSS set. They're slightly overwound. and anyone that knows me, I don't like overwound pickups, but these are slightly overwound. They're not hot, because I think they just sound terrible. So these are just not. In fact, we'll have a listen. Also, I've wired it. I did this by accident, actually. I was following a wiring diagram yesterday. So it's got a volume, it's got a master tone, and this, I didn't realise. I was wondering why it didn't work properly. This is actually, I put a wiring diagram. It's from Fralian Pickups. This is a blend knob. I didn't know that when I was wiring it. I was watching a podcast. That makes no sense as a sentence. Also, one other thing I've changed, I did put a Fender bridge on it. I don't even use the trem. It's just, well, I had it laying around in fairness, and I wanted to know if it fitted. It fitted perfectly. So if you're going to put a Fender bridge on this, 2 seconds to drop it in. It just has a full-size trem block. Not you can see because the back's on, but the bridge that came on it was just a small trem. People have said it has like a bearing on tone. I don't know if I believe that. However, we will do a video. Leave a comment if you want a video on that, and we'll do that. I've got a couple of bridges. I've been meaning to do that video for a long time. It just sounds so boring though. But and no one's going to watch it. Right. I was playing this guitar last night, and I thought, oh God, it sounds so good. Should have let the valve amp warm up. Oh, stop it. It's got a fair amount of reverb on it, but we're all adults here. I'm sure you can deal with a little bit of reverb. I'm going to play the same thing a few times until we get to the bridge, because I just wouldn't play the same thing on the bridge, just so you can hear the different sounds. I'm going to put everything on full, EQ's flat, nothing exciting happening, apart from there is probably a bit too much reverb, but just get over it. Really don't want to sell this. What's funny is I had these pickups in another guitar, and they didn't quite do it for me, and I've put them in this guitar. Oh, I don't want to get rid of it. Anyway, this is position 4, I believe, which is neck and middle. I might have to keep it. Leave a comment. Should I keep it? You're all going to write yes. I might have to get rid of something else instead. Oh. Right, middle position. Position 2. Bridge, middle. I think the bridge splits. The way I wired it looked like it split. I wasn't paying much attention, like I said. This is the position I hate, so bear with. Oh, God. Didn't sound too bad. And we'll go the bridge. We'll go the bridge and just play the same thing. I'll play something rocky in a minute. Get the tone down a little bit. You could probably play. Yeah. Right, I'm going to do the blend knob thing, which I think brings in the neck pickup. So, bridge and neck. Crazy. You can see why people do like the 7-way mod to bring in the neck, because when you do the neck and bridge together, it sounds really good. I think I'd prefer it on a push-pull, but you kind of get every variation in between with a blend knob. I don't know what's better. Probably a push-pull live and a blend in the studio for that one song in 15 albums where you want a different sound. Anyway, let's do the bridge with a little bit of zhuzh. I played this last night after wiring it, and I didn't think it sounded as good as that. Well, yeah. That sounds amazing. Oh, no. I'm going to have to get rid of something else. I don't know if I can get rid of this. And it's got a treble bleed. Sorry, I fitted a Marstronic treble bleed as well, which means if you roll the volume down, you're going to keep the high end. Oh, it's so good! Right, this is a £400 guitar. I fitted a Fender bridge. I think I bought this used. I'm sure it was like £30. Or was it off Amazon? I don't know. I'll put where I got it from in a picture. But it was like £30. So let's say this is £400. That's 30. A set of Fender tuners, I don't know how much they are. I'm going to say 50. So we're at 480. A set of Toneriders, these ones, the HSS set. This is about £100. I think it might be £90. So we're at what, £180? I did put a plastic pick guard on because I feel it's better for tone. But there is a Marstronic, I'll put a link to the Marstronic stuff because he sent us some and I was like, this sounds boring. It was so good. I put them in everything and I didn't have enough. He sent us quite a few and I was like, can I have a load more? Because they're so good. They're in everything. I don't think I've got a guitar without a treble bleed anyway. A Marstronic one, it's variable, won't go into it in this video. They're £20. So that's £200 of mods. This is a £400 guitar, you can get them cheaper than that. With £200 of mods. I get that £600, which is about the same price as a Fender player. If you played this back to back with a Fender player, it sounds twice as good for a start. I mean, it does all the cool stuff. And not saying you couldn't rewire a Fender player with this, you don't have to. But it's got a treble bleed. Fender player doesn't have that. It's going to have probably the same bridge. It's going to have probably the same tuners. I would say the pickups are better. I've never been wowed by any Fender player pickups. They're not bad, but you don't play them and go, ooh, ever. Satin everywhere just feels amazing, and the feel of a guitar makes you play it better. What else have I done? I've completely forgotten. I did copper shield the inside so it's less buzzy. What else have I done? Is that it? That might be it. But look at it. Look at it. It looks absolutely... I can't sell it. I can't sell it. I'm going to have to keep it. You're mine. You can never leave. So £600. Fender player $650. In fact, with a Fender player, you have to do something with the frets. You can do it yourself, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to ruin it. So take it to a shop, and I think that's going to be £100. So you're looking at $750, and then this still feels better, and it's going to sound better. So that's a little bit subjective. I'm right though. This looks better. These come with better colours than the Fender player. Why has the Fender player range got such boring colours? Leave a comment. Fender, leave a comment. Fender are never going to watch, especially the amount I slag them off. Thanks for watching. Here's some videos on modding this guitar. These aren't the same mods that I did in the video. This is actually probably better than in the video, so I should reshoot the video really, but I'm not going to. But you know, you live, you learn. Just watch more videos. Thank you for watching.